From far and wide, Oilers fans, this is Dolynny TV. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on Dolynny TV. And guys, out of the house for today, out at my brother's, enjoying a, Friday to myself. And where do I want to spend that? I want to spend 10, 15, whatever it takes, minutes to explain what I've got on my mind today with you guys. Because as simple as I said last night in the game preview, the Oilers must win that game for there really to keep any hope alive. However, it made it impossible on us to really try and watch the game early on because Sportsnet West was messed the heck up. I ended up going out to the mall, ended up going out and having a little bit of fun with my brother out and about in public, and then all of a sudden I come home, I check the score, it's 2-2. I come up to the apartment, and now it's 3-2 for Florida when I log on. However, the goalie gets pulled a few seconds later, and then all of a sudden you're talking about, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl being out there working some magic. There's the puck being moved around. Chiasson gets it behind the net after a fan one-timer. Draisaitl gets it across to McDavid, ties it up, and we go to overtime. And then suddenly in overtime, really not much happened. A couple good chances, but that's 3-on-3. And suddenly we're in a shootout. It's automatic at that point. We got 2-3 of the best playmaking snipers in the NHL in Draisaitl, RNH, and of course McDavid. So it was pretty much automatic at that point. Cam Talbot just needed to get lucky. He did on the post. That finished it off. So what does that leave me thinking after a big game like that we win? Now we're 2 points out of a playoff spot again. Oh my God, guys, talking about the playoffs when I had kissed them goodbye. I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. That's the beauty of this, guys, is you guys keep coming back to hear what I say despite me being wrong every time, because that's the way we go. We're always wrong about our Oilers, whether we're too cynical, whether we're too optimistic, whether we're somewhere in between. And that's exactly my point today. Where should we as fans, I don't even want to address the Oilers as a whole today as I normally do. I want to sit here and barometer the fans ourselves. See what we kind of can make of this situation. Because the Oilers, like I said in a video last weekend, kissed their playoff chances goodbye against LA. Okay, well, that's pretty bold in the first week of January, but that was the way it was feeling, and that's the way the math was looking. Now all of a sudden we go win 2 of the next 3 after that. Yeah, I guess Anaheim loss to San Jose, now a win against Florida. Now things are positive. We're back within 2 points. Yes, you got to mind that the Anaheim Ducks have been failing. They've lost 9 straight, so we've gotten some help. However, that's the thing. Okay, as a fan, do you hold out hope and say, man, the situation in Anaheim is god awful. Oh man, maybe if we can make some ground, the players seem optimistic. Should I be optimistic? Well, let's go kind of check the calendar here for the Oilers in January leading up to the All-Star break. I did a whole episode talking about the Oilers' schedule before the All-Star break. However, so much has gone right, gone wrong since then. It's not even funny. Arizona, Buffalo are our next 2 home games. Saturday, tomorrow, which I will miss due to a company Christmas party. So, guys, enjoy the game. Let me know how it goes. Definitely, if you want to comment on today's video, maybe tomorrow's game preview, and tell me how it's going, let me know. I'm not going to be shy to check my phone. It's a bunch of people I don't know, but I will be excited to get to know and, of course, interact with you guys when I get a couple of breaks as well. So Arizona at 8 p.m. on Hockey Night in Canada, then come home on Monday and talk, well, you know what, maybe against Buffalo, a team that's a tale of 2 teams, right? Because you look in the NHL standings here, and Buffalo is, well, it's as simple as this, in a second wildcard spot. So Buffalo at this point of the season is in a better spot than we were. That hasn't exactly been the case over the past few years. So measuring stick game for guys like Jack Eichel, Casey Middlestat, and all those against Connor McDavid, but also for the Oilers against a better Buffalo team in the standings overall. And then you go away against Vancouver. Guys, don't hold out hope there. Do not hold out hope there. We've seen twice already in December against Vancouver what it looks like when the Oilers play Vancouver. It's the Pettersson Investor Show. Probably going to be the exact same thing if Pettersson is back by then. I don't know. Haven't heard the news. I think from last I heard it's doubtful. So maybe we'll breathe a sigh of relief, take a young rookie who's going to be the Rookie of the Year, and thank ourselves he's not in the lineup. And then it's a Battle of Alberta against Calgary on the 19th, man. Guys, that is going to be an absolute killer of a game. The Oilers fighting for a playoff spot. The Flames fighting to hold in. Guys, if you're hoping for something good there, you got to hope for a W. You got to hope that Zach Kassian, we kind of intimidate the Flames. We roll over them, right? So you're seeing what I'm breaking down here, right? The next couple of games are key to how we should feel. And then you got Carolina, Detroit at home, 20th, 22nd, heading into the All-Star break. Those two games, absolutely you got to win. You absolutely have to, because they're Eastern Conference teams. They don't affect your standings in the West, so you got to get those 2 points both games for the 4 points total, or else you're losing 4 free points against teams that aren't exactly having great seasons. Let's go back to the East Division, and you're talking about Carolina, who's 7 points out of a playoff spot. You're talking about Detroit, who's 13 points out of a playoff spot. It's that simple, guys. We got to sit there and think as fans, this is the time we make up ground. From here on to the All-Star break, seriously, what is it? I didn't even count games. That's my mistake. Pardon me. That's 6 games? That's 5 games. Yeah, 6 games. So 6 games, you got to go out and win 5 of 6. I've already kissed the Vancouver game goodbye. Arizona, we beat 3-1. Got to go out there and beat them again. So as an Oilers fan, you got to feel optimistic. If this team, like against Florida, they can get lucky, and this team, like they did against Anaheim, can come out and score early and often with a little bit of depth scoring, well, start meshing the wires together here, boys, and maybe things don't look as grim as they should, considering what we've forecasted earlier this month. But at the same rate, hold out a little bit of caution, because the thing is, as Oilers fans, man, if we are a up here, down there kind of fan base, that's not an inaccurate description. We are all over the place, day to day, hour by hour, minute by minute in a hockey game. I don't mean to come down, and I don't mean to make fun of you or make fun of myself, but it's the way it goes, right? We can all own what we've said in the comments in the past 3 weeks of this team, especially during the losing streak, now that we've won a couple games. Fight ourselves all we want, but you just don't know, because with the Oilers, like I said, you just don't know. We can sit here and say, oh man, yeah, big W tonight, let's go. And then we come out and get crap stomped, you know what I was about to say there, against Anaheim, or against San Jose after a 4-0 win. But then we go out and grease. Like that Florida game, I should really do a video addressing the shots on goal issue for the Oilers. That Florida game, we were outshot, and come on, Talbot and net, that's a bad recipe for a loss. However, we grease out the win in overtime in a shootout 4-3. So for the Oilers, you got to hope we can get greasy with W's, hitch teams to death, right? Got to get back to that whole hitch them to death mentality. That starts with Clefbaum coming back. Then you got to see Sekera at least skating, getting into drills, maybe learning the system sooner than we think, and may actually have a bigger impact than we think. And there's another thing for us to be optimistic about. We get 2 defensemen back after the All-Star break. Do we start meshing things? Chris Russell's been impactful in his return back. Is things all doom and gloom? It is our Oilers. It's December or January. We're out of the playoffs at the current rate. I don't know. And then we've still got Peter Chiarelli as the GM. Guys, there is too much bad to balance with too much optimism to say I'm optimistic. That's my problem. I want to hold out hope as much as the next guy. And maybe that's where I should say, as an Oilers fan, if I've learned one thing to do in my life is hold out hope that things will get better. That's breeded. That's breeded into my DNA as an Oilers fan. I know it should be bred in my DNA. Sorry, I'm just need a drink of water, need to go out and get supper. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. But again, there's to my point. It's been a long week. You talk about going the last 7 days, a 4-0 loss to Anaheim, or LA, 4-0 win against Anaheim, 7-2 loss against San Jose, 4-3 greasy shootout win in which I didn't watch half the game because I couldn't on Sportsnet West. So, as an Oilers fan, where do I sit? I sit on a fence so razor thin. I feel like I'm going to fall at any moment, and I don't know what to think. I hope you guys have some suggestions in the comments as to what you're thinking. I know the main things I'm looking to hear in the comments is probably fire Chiarelli. We need to make a trade. We need our defenseman back. We can't blame the goaltending. I know what the main points are, but as an Oilers fan, are you optimistic? I want your personal feeling. I don't want your feeling on moves or things needed to be done with the team. I want your personal feelings. Are you optimistic? Are you hopeful? Are you cautious? Are you dreading what's about to come the rest of the year? Are you sitting here thinking, man, I should cheer for another team? What are you guys thinking in the comments section down below? Let me know. This has been Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson, guys. I will catch you in the next one.